Welcome everyone, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be beginning a new playthrough of Wrath of the Righteous. I know what you're probably thinking, Eltimar, why are you starting this game up again? You just finished 2 playthroughs and Inevitable Access, because I really enjoyed it. Also, in our 2 playthroughs, we played Lawful through most of the game. Our Lawful Good group was Lawful Good the entire way. Our Lawful Evil was Lawful Evil until Act 5, and then they became Chaotic Evil. So we're going to play a chaotic group, specifically a trickster. This game will be just one playthrough up until Act 5, where it will split into 2 different branching paths. The first one will be the Legend playthrough, where we will give up our powers and become mortal, but very cool mortal, in that we can get to level 40. The other path will remain trickster and do the secret ascension path, unless I screw it up, in which case we won't be, but I'll try my very best not to screw it up. To that end, let's get started here. We're going to do the main story. We're going to play on hard difficulty. We may go back down to core difficulty. We're not going to go up to unfair difficulty, and the reason is, unfair is very annoying to play. Unless you enjoy watching your characters die over and over again because RNG hates you, you will not enjoy unfair. It is basically a save and reload simulator, and you better get used to reloading your game. Hard is doable. It is very annoying sometimes. We might drop down if we need to, but for the most part of the game we can stick on hard for now. We'll be playing a pretty OP character. He won't be that good in the beginning, but by the end of the game should be pretty strong. And what is the strongest character in the game? An old man with a gray beard. And what is this old man going to be? This old man is going to be a fighter, specifically a 2-handed fighter. And I know what you think. I know what you're thinking. You can't just mono-class a 2-handed fighter and call it a day. You actually can, which is what we're going to do. It's not as powerful as it used to be, and yes, you used to do a bunch of class dips to make this specific build work better, but it's still going to be good. Are we going to be doing like 1800 damage crits? No. But we might be doing like 700 or 800 damage crits, which is still pretty good. We're going to be a human, we're going to be a craftsman, we're going to be a farmhand, just for that sweet +1 bonus with scythes, and I guess +1 bonus on fort saving throws, even though fighters get pretty good fort to start with. It'll be fine. We're going to dump all of our points into strength, then we're going to dump some of our points into dexterity, and some of our points into charisma. With our last 2 points, we're going to dump them into intelligence, into wisdom, because will saves are kind of important. That looks like what we're going to do. What 3 skills are we going to take? We're going to take athletics, we're going to take persuasion, even though we're not particularly good at it. And I guess we'll take knowledge world, because why not? That looks pretty okay. Actually, no, we're not. We'll get knowledge world later, but we need 3 points of mobility just for that sweet dodge bonus eventually. Our weapon focus is going to be scythes. I know many people are probably screaming, being like, you gotta use a reach weapon for this. Yes and no. Scythes are a perfectly reasonable alternative for bardishes, and glaives aren't even a reach weapon, so for bardishes. Power attack. Cleaving attack, because we can't get the other things we want yet, because we're not high enough level, but we'll get there, don't worry. What god do we want? We want... well, it doesn't really matter, but we're going to take Desna, because she is a god of traveling and stuff. She is more or less our alignment. Desna, also known as the Great Dreamer, Lady Luck, and Mother Moon, the goddess of dreams, luck, stars, and travelers, is among the most ancient of deities. While her peers burdened themselves with the task of creating Golarion, she spent her time building the heavens. She knew that there'd be a time for her and her followers to explore the many wonders of the world later. She changed little since those days, and she and her followers delight in exploring the world. Her domains are chaos, good, liberation, luck, and travel. It's not the worst thing ever. We could go with some other chaotic-y, neutral people, like... well, that's very lawful. Like Gorham. However, we're not... no, yeah, Gorham wouldn't be the worst choice either. Gazra also is okay. I guess you could be a follower of Girona or Gyrona. Anyways, we're taking Desna though, which means we're going to be aligning ourselves slightly good, but mostly just chaotic. If we have to go either up or down, we want to skew a little bit towards chaotic good and a little bit away from chaotic evil. We really don't want to hit chaotic evil, although I don't really know if it matters too much if your deity is happy or sad with you. What does matter though is we need to stay in this chaotic range. We can't journey over into lawful. It will not work with our mythic path at all. Alright, so body type. We can be medium, chonky, or lean. We're just going to be medium. As for our skin color, I don't particularly care too much about it, to be honest. Our face, though, we need to change our face. We have slightly worried face. We have slightly angry face. We have stoic Asian face. We have slightly bemused face. We have older face. We have insane person face. We have very dour face. I don't really know. Like naive face? Is that a thing? We have very angry face. Equally somewhat angry face. Another angry face. And a slightly amused face. I think we're going to take slightly amused face, number 3, I think it was. We're not going to bother with a scar because I just don't care. Also, eye color is cool to choose, but it is practically worthless. Unless you're really zoomed in, you can't really see what's going on their eye color. And it doesn't really matter. Let's take a look at his hair. We are not going into this with a ponytail. Also, I don't think we have a crew cut. Oh, it's my hair. That's kind of what my hair length is. That makes me sad. Seeing my own hair deficiency plastered on the screen. Let's see what else we got here. The swoop back hair, that is pretty much what our character looks like. We're going to give a beard because he also has a beard. And then we're going to do gray as fuck. There we go. That's basic. He looks a little too young skinned. Is there an older looking face? Why is the older looking face just so angry looking? Everyone has the skin of a model in this game. Even the old man face looks like he should be walking down some sort of modeling thing. Alright. Well, good enough.
I'm always ready. Let's shake a leg.
Beautiful.
I will guide. I'll need to review this spell later.
Yes, that is the one. Wise. Our name? Eltimar, of course. Our birthday? My birthday. Abaddis, 15. I'm not telling you what year. Needless to say, I am old. Not this old, but very close. I did notice that there is gray forming in my beard. So I shaved it off, in hopes that I was wrong. I was not. There is a gray forming in my beard. It made me sad. It's probably the stress of doing videos. It gets to you. No, I'm just kidding. That's not at all why. Now, we've done this intro like 5 times on this channel. Perhaps just 4 times on the channel. So let's see how they changed it since the last time I watched it. They change it little bits every time. Make way. Coming through. Fetch a healer. Quick. Let's just like drop the stretcher on the ground. They're like, yeah, heal you.
Hey, somebody! We got a wounded fighter. Can we get a healer over here?
Yes, Anevia, thank you.
My, would you look at this? But why would you drag a wounded fighter into the middle of the festival square? Couldn't he be carted off somewhere else, like, oh, I don't know, an infirmary? Or an accommodating ditch?
You know, Darren's kind of an asshole, but he's got a point. Why would you bring an injured person to the middle of the celebration instead of like an infirmary tent? There's got to be a medical tent, or like a barracks.
Make room, everyone. Step back. Now, what's the matter? What happened to him? The wound looks nasty. Who did this to him?
You hear the stern voice of an elderly man, but you're so weak you can't even turn your head to look in his direction.
Demons, prelate. We found him barely alive outside the walls of Canabris.
Knowing that that guy is Suture now is kind of cool. Now, after doing this game twice to completion, and we know all these little things that are happening, we can kind of pay more attention to them, because there's a lot of little neat things that you don't notice the first time around.
The walls, you say? Enemy doesn't usually stray so close to the city. Must fortify the defenses. And you, hold fast. Don't die. We'll get you patched up now. But first, you there, guard. Take his weapons. Bearing arms is not permitted during the festival. Wounded or not, everyone must abide by the rules. He can get his things back after the festival. O Inheritor, leader of our troops, the sharpened edge of our blades and the unyielding strength of our armor, Iomade, I beseech you, grant your mercy. Heal his wounds.
I don't know how I should feel being healed by someone that doesn't know that restoration doesn't cure wounds. It does cure, ability drain, and level drain. But not wounds. It doesn't heal any amount of damage. So I don't feel like I'm in good hands being cast restoration on me instead of, like, you know, heal or cure any level of wounds. I won't give up that easily. Oh wait, the magic envelops you, but your pain lessens only slightly.
Hear, hear! That's the Crusader spirit. My powers are not enough here. Someone call for Terendelev. You there! Yes, you! Stop dithering and gawping and make yourself useful. Go and get Terendelev!
Prelate, surely there is somebody else here better suited to running errands.
The lady raises her head in affectation of surprise. My apologies.
I'll get her! Terendelev! Has anyone seen Terendelev?
Sela could summon a dragon from another city with her voice.
Be quick about it before it's too late! Now, who are you? I don't remember seeing you before, and I have an excellent memory for faces.
I am Eltimar. Also, the old man leans over us.
That's the first I've heard of that name. Who are you then? What's your business in the city?
My dear prelate, please, for the sake of the festivities, stop interrogating this poor man. He has been through enough already. Go on. I'll take care of him.
All right, as you wish. You are our protector, and a dragon at that. So I shall defer to your wisdom. But be on your guard. I've been informed he was wounded near Canabris. That means the demons are prowling just outside the walls, and the city is crawling with their spies. Others may be able to relax on this holiday, but not you or I. Not the defenders of this city.
Muttering discontentedly, the old man walks off.
Pry loose the grudging grip of pain. Cast off the veil of suffering flesh. Let light and life go forth in triumph to repel the skulking shade of death. There.
A beautiful, silver-haired woman leans over you. She seems ageless, her face wholly unlined, but centuries-old sadness gleams in her eyes. The longer she speaks, the stronger her voice becomes. Here's the thing about Terendelev, she also doesn't understand that restoration doesn't heal wounds. So, I'm not entirely sure about the competency of the town's defenders. Thank you, though, for helping me.
I accept your thanks, but my work is not yet done.
Who are you?
My name is Terendelev. I am the protector of the city.
Are you really a dragon?
You don't believe me? Perhaps I should retake my true form and engulf this square with my ice breath to win your trust. Pay no mind to my current guise. I appear this way when I walk among the people. I would hamper the festivities if I tried to attend in my true form.
The woman lets out a melodious laugh. What happened to me?
I do not know yet, and that troubles me. I am not entirely sure what the demons did to you. This wound is no ordinary injury, and it was inflicted by no ordinary weapon. I have rid you of your pain and restored your strength, but only time will allow you to heal fully.
Can I go?
Certainly, but be careful. I have managed to get you back on your feet, but I have not healed you fully. Alas, sooner or later, your pain will return. But do not be discouraged. You will recover, I promise you that. Tomorrow, come to the cathedral and say that you are expected by Terendelev, protector of Canabris. We will find a way to help you. But for now, put this out of your mind and enjoy the festival. They are all too rare in this time of war, and merriment is one of the best medicines.
Alrighty, we are technically alive. There are 3 things you can do to advance the storyline. Well, there are 3 possible things you can do. You're only going to be able to do 2 of them, so pick the 2 that you want. None of them matter in the long run. They're not important. There is a knife throwing competition, there is a punch the dummy competition, and there is a go for a drink competition. Well, that one's not really a competition, it's just more of an event. So, we're going to punch the dummy. Suck him one. Oof. We line up our punch. We hit the dummy. Bam, right in the jaw. You call it a punch? Let me show you how it's done.
Keep your calm.
You can go look around at all the people. No one here is really important to talk to, but you'll recognize some names from our playthroughs before, like Ramian, the leader of the Des Knights. You'll notice that Jenna, Eldori, and Curl, who have a fairly significant side quest storyline. Sela, who is a character that will join our group, and Nevia, a member of the Eagle Watch, and a very important member of our council later on. Darren, who might be part of our group, is a noble. He is an oracle, and he's very, very good at healing. We have Ember, who is... I didn't actually realize that she chilled out here. Happy City Day, good people. Spare a coin for a hungry belly. I wish I could give her money. She is one of the best characters. Porgus Worm, who's a noble that has a side quest. Actually, several-ish side quests for us. And who else do we have kicking around? We have Trendelev and Halrun, who we met just previously. And that's about it. Oh wait, there's one more person. There is Aravashnial, who will end up dead in like 30 seconds, so don't need to worry about him. Anyways, have a drink or go throw daggers. It doesn't really make a difference. Once we do this, the storyline will progress. I love a drink me, especially when the city's footing the bill. What do you say? Another round?
Deskari, Lord of Locusts, leave my city!
Let the feast begin.
Well, that ended poorly for the dragon.
Deskari's here. Deskari himself. Blimey! One minute we had a dragon, the next, bam, she was gone.
The halfling's armor is splashed with blood.
Fight or flee? If fleeing's your plan, let me help you out. I've got a scroll here with a good protective spell.
The halfling's armor is splashed with blood, and he's armed to the teeth with a sword, a blade, and a hatchet on his belt, and a crossbow on his back. His voice sounds familiar to you. Wait, what's the difference between a sword, a blade, a sword, and a blade? Is one like a short sword? Possibly, I guess. Care to lend me a weapon? I'll try and fight the demons.
Sure thing. Here, take this. Best crossbow I've got. The person who made it said it could pierce the hide of a demon lord even.
The halfling holds out the crossbow.
Good luck! Try not to get eaten now!
The halfling's words are drowned out by a terrible rumbling and the counting or rustling of countless tiny wings. We are going to shoot Deskari with technically a midnight bolt.
A mortal gnat snaps its jaws at the Lord of Locusts.
So what kind of demons do we have here?
Behold the death I saw.
I saw Vrox, Clavicus, Vrolikai, Vobaus. It's a pretty solid army. No Valors.
The silver dragon, Terendelev, the defender of Canabras, fell in battle. Hardly surprising, as she had to fight the demon lord Deskari himself. He willed the land to part and swallow all who dared to stand in his way. But the war was still far from over.
Alright, so there's no Balors or Glabrazus though, so none of the big heavy hitters. Just rocks. Actually, you know what? In this game, we had more trouble with rocks a lot of the time than we had with Balors and Glabrazus.
Holy mother of...
A small woman with messy brown hair winces in pain, uttering a stream of curses through clenched teeth. She's pinned to the ground by a couple of weighty boulders.
Hey, stay with me. You actually got pretty lucky. You fell down into a black hole. But at least you're not on your own. You've got a great companion. Everything's going to be just fine. Tell me something. Can you feel your legs?
The young woman in knight's armor studies the rocks intently, clearly trying to work out how to move them.
I feel them all right. When say no to a little less feeling in them. My ankle's killing me, but my back seems to still be in one piece. My head, too.
That's all that matters. Now, we're going to... Hey! Fancy meeting you down here. You're the one that Terendelev healed today, right? You aren't injured, are you? Will you help me get her out from under the boulders?
Spotting you, the knight reaches for her sheathed weapon, but after scrutinizing your face momentarily, she raises her hand in greetings. We have a couple of choices. We're not going to do the evil path. We have Athletics 6, or we have Knowledge World 0. Let's do... Hold on, we're going to get you out from under there. Summoning all your strength, you manage to lift the rocks enough to free the wounded woman from the rubble.
Damn it all. I think it's broken. Oh well, I've had worse. I'll just make myself a splint out of something. Thanks for the help. I wouldn't have lasted long on my own stuck under there. I'm Anevia Tirabade, of the Eagle Watch. I was overseeing security at the festival square. I thought maybe spies or demon worshippers might have something nasty planned. What actually happened, though, now that I did not see coming. I don't think anyone could have been prepared for that.
The woman feels her leg, and fishing a piece of twine out from her pocket, she gets to work.
Well, I'm Sela, paladin by the grace of Iomade. I crossed the whole continent to come to Mendeb and fight demons. And well, I've been fighting for a while now.
And yet you're level 1. I'm going to leave that there. You can ponder why you're still level 1, even though you've been fighting for a while now. It's a little bit disappointing.
I don't even want to think what might be happening up there in the city. Canabras has lost the protection of Terendelev, and of the Wardstone too, looks like. It's a relic without equal. It was placed here personally by Iomede's herald, with the goddess's blessing. I really wanted to go see it, to pray before it. But there's no point worrying about a stone when there are people dying in the streets.
Sela's expression darkens.
Yeah, things are looking grim enough, but don't lose heart. Wardstone or no, dragon or no, Canabras will never give in. Simple as. Well, we've introduced ourselves. What about you?
Anevia's eyes shift to us. I am led by destiny. I don't know why fate has brought me here, but I feel it was not by chance.
Destiny is destiny. So it's either one or the other. Either fate is having a right old laugh at your expense, or Lady Luck sent you to us for a reason.
Anevia smiles.
Fate isn't what brought us here, and fate won't get us out either.
Now then, I'll hobble my way out of here somehow. The city ain't far, only 30 paces or so. That's if you're going straight up, of course. I'm afraid we're gonna have to go the long way round.
Anevia tightly ties off the twine on her improvised splint, and leaning on a stick, calls herself to her feet.
To summarize, there are 3 of us, with 5 working legs, 3 pairs of decent hands, 2 clear heads, and 1 made of wood. That's mine. Underground monsters beware! Anevia, you stay behind us. You're in no fit state to fight. If we do come up against anything, the 2 of us will try to manage on our own first. Well, onward! May the good deities lead us back to the open sky soon.
Sela winks. Alright, we're gonna fix up our formation first because it is really bad. just grab whichever one that is not the first one, because apparently you can't edit the first one, and I don't entirely know why. It's very strange, but let's just kind of do that. That is a more or less acceptable formation for this point of the game. We're going to go get some loot, specifically all of those things. The important thing, though, is that we got to get our scythe and put that on our body. We're also going to get this cloak of resistance +1 and put that on our body. Now we're in a little bit of a better shape. We have +7 to hit. We're going to be hitting for 12 to 18. We have crits on 20 at ×4. This is going to go up. This is going to become a range. And we are going to start killing things really quickly. Not for a few levels, though. It's going to be a bit. But it's going to be really fun when it happens. Let's go find another team member who definitely isn't a serial killer. The fine apparel of this young half-elf woman is torn and stained with blood, dust, and dirt. However, she holds herself with such dignity, you'd be forgiven for thinking that you were at a high society party, and not in the dank catacombs under the city. Her fingers grip her rapier hilt with confidence, ready to draw it at a moment's notice. At her feet lies a dead body, so mutilated that at first glance it's hard to tell if it's animal or human. She definitely didn't kill that person. And if you believe me, I have a bridge to sell you.
Relax, friend. We're not demons or cultists. Don't poke my eye out with that thing, all right? We fell down here during the attack. I'm Sela, that's Anevia, and this is our new friend. We're looking for a way back to the surface.
Really? I'm so ever glad to hear it. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Camellia. I was also in the square when... I can scarcely believe it. How did all those demons get into the city? I thought, naively it now seems, that the Wardstone protected us from attack. And Terendelev, I can't wrap my head around it.
The girl relaxes slightly, but she keeps her hand on her sheathed weapon. Her self-control falters for a moment, and you glimpse fear beneath her mask of perfect placidity. She licks her lips nervously. Not many could withstand a strike from a demon lord, not even Terendelev.
I can't argue with that. We're fortunate to be alive. Albeit underground.
Deskari himself has come to Canabras. There's no mistaking that ugly mug. Terendelev tried to fight him, but what could she do against a near deity? Even the Wardstone was no help. Our city used to be protected by powerful forces, but now...
Anevia shakes her head.
We've seen how powerless they truly are. Henceforth, we shall have no one but ourselves to rely on, I suppose.
Camellia finishes Anevia's thought with ruthless precision. We need to get moving. There must be a way to a surface around here somewhere.
That's right. It would be the height of foolishness to survive a demon attack only to perish under a pile of rubble.
Are you coming with us then? The more the merrier, and that blade of yours is nothing to sniff at.
Certainly. Survivors should stick together. It's only sensible. Who knows what else could be prowling about in these caves?
Let's see if this poor bloke has anything useful on him. Not to sound like a heartless brigand or nothing, but we kinda need all the supplies we can get right now.
More experience. Okay, so... importantly, these are some just sort of light advice to give. Our current group alignment is very much neutral, and the reason for that is we have chaotic neutral. Lawful good. And you may think that this is undetectable, but her alignment actually is chaotic evil. So, just as a heads up, she is not a good person. Let's do a fight, and then we'll probably call it a video there, because we have the caves to do, and there are quite a few fights, and they can go really badly on hard. Luckily, we have Sela to take hits for us.
I'll just have to resort to
We missed our attack, which is sad. Now we have 4 enemies here. They're all swarming around us. We are doing really bad on our attack rolls. We have killed 1, which is good. Now we get to see what happens with the centipede on their turn. 1 of them missed, 2 of them missed. We probably should have used cleave, honestly, but it's okay. This worked out okay. Anevia is also here, and she does do attacks. We just took a hit.
The spirits demand your blood!
That is okay. Let's kill that one. And then we'll kill this one. We hit for 16 damage on our hits, which is pretty good. We do 2d4 damage, plus 10. What is the 10 from, you ask? We have power attack. We also have strength, plus 7. At this point of the game, power attack is okay to have on. You can also turn it off if you want nothing, because apparently it doesn't affect our attack rolls? It really should. Turning this off should be giving us +8. We're still stuck with power attack on. Maybe you have to wait for it to
Keep your calm.
turn off. There we go. Now we're at +8, but that doesn't really matter. Power attack is very useful. It gives you that sweet, sweet extra damage. Did we loot the body of that man? The dead man that Camellia definitely did not kill. I think we did. Okay, good.
There are many.
We got Trendlev's scale, right? I'm going to try to be a little bit better with inventory management in this particular playthrough. I guarantee nothing, though. We'll do one more quick fight. There should be a fight coming up here. And also a second scale. I'm not really sure why there are 2 scales here, but there are. There's a bloatfly. I don't know what they're actually called. They're called giant flies. We're going to attack with Camellia. The 11 damage crit did not do enough damage. Neither did the 13 damage hit that we just did. And Seela missed, because that's what Seela do.
Go for their hearts!
Why are we missing so much? This is just a disappointing turn of events. Good job, Anevia. Seela, maybe we'll come finish this one, but can't, because she's very slow, because she's wearing heavy armor. Camellia came and saved the day. We are getting very little experience for these things. 4 experience per kill is not a lot of experience, so we're going to have to level up once we reach the Mongrel City, most likely. In fact, definitely. But for now, I think I'm going to leave you guys here. In the next video, we will continue through the underground caves of Canabris. We will get to the Mongrel City, and we'll do a bunch of conversation-y stuff, and then we'll move towards the Shield Maze. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I will see you all next time. Take care.